South Carolina, spring game. It was how should I describe the day for Spencer Rattler? I would say this was what it was spring game for Spencer Rattler. Does that make any sense? I hope it makes sense. The general expectation from me for the quarterback there, Spencer Rattler, is I think he's going to have a really good year. I think there is a lot of validity behind him being in this offense year one, not a first-year starter, but being in that offense, a lot more complex year one versus being in it this year. He's talked about that publicly. I think there's a lot of validity in that. And so it was just a run-of-the-mill spring game for him. Some things to like, some things not to like, just typical spring game. Jalen Nichols, this was concerning for me. He's their starting left tackle. And he went down with a lower body injury, did not return. He was seen on crutches. We don't have an update on him. And so that's probably going to be a Monday thing. That's serious. So let's keep an eye on that because the severity is unknown, and they gave up 10 sacks, I think, without him. I'm not sure when he went down. But Shane Beamer afterwards talked about the tight end position, and it is massively upgraded from this time last year. A name to keep an eye on, for example, they went and got Trey Knox from Arkansas, and he's going to be an immediate difference maker. Remember, they're replacing 4 of their top 5 pass catchers. So you can either just try and mine the portal for wide receiver talent, or you can remember, hey, we can throw the ball to tight end too. Don't they do that in Athens? Yeah, let's try that on our own. And I think they will this year, a lot more. So I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking, all right, Spencer Rattler, let's see what you got. And then all of a sudden, Lenoris Sellers just pops on my screen. Whomst, you might ask? Just a 4-star quarterback from Checks Notes, Florence, South Carolina. I am pretty sure I know who's starting a quarterback this year for him, but I think I may know who's starting a quarterback next year for him too. Because Lenoris Sellers, I think about him like I was talking about some Ohio State wide receivers, just has that it factor when you watch him. It didn't count, but he probably had one of the most impressive plays of the game yesterday. Lenoris Sellers, I want you to just keep an eye on that name. He has the benefit of not needing to start this year. Let's keep an eye on him. South Carolina is going to be a volatile summer team. We have 1 or 2 of these every year. They are a volatile preview season team. And that is the kind of team that's just dangerous enough to where when that crowd that recognizes the offseason comes back to the table and they haven't been paying attention to anything, but they need a sleeper, this is the team they go to. Why? Because South Carolina's overachieved 2 years in a row. No one's going to be picking them to do anything of postseason note, so they want to sound smarter than the room, so they pick South Carolina. Be careful. I'm not saying you may be wrong. I'm just saying be careful. Do your due diligence. So if you haven't watched these spring games, they're all on YouTube. Go check them out.